Who in their right mind would push a bed 250 kilometers?
Your lungs hurt, your muscles hurt. It's exhausting and it's tiring.
It was cold, it was windy, it was snowy. That air, like, it just takes your breath away when we were running.
But the feeling that you get after doing it and after seeing how much money you raise is all worth it. The Bedpush event is a student-led initiative that started in 1982, where we push a bed from Saskatoon to Regina.
Students take turns running and pushing for as long as they can, and along the way we collect pledges and some sponsored donations before we leave, and it's a 3-day event that we push a bed from Saskatoon to Regina.
I'm Lauren Hadley, and I was involved in the very first Bedpush back in 1982. I was on the executive of the ASA at the time, and at that time we were looking for something to contribute to Telemiracle. And people were coming up with all kinds of interesting ideas, and we decided that one thing that hadn't been done at that time was actually to push a bed. 10-speed bikes were pretty popular, so we virtually all had one. We knew that you could go pretty far on a 10-speed bike and there wasn't much resistance. We had access to a lab, a mechanics lab, and over a weekend, myself and a few others, and a guy by the name of Grant Milne, who was an ag instructor there, took the forks and wheels off of 2 of the bikes and welded them to the bed frame. And the idea was to make it run as smooth as possible, so it wasn't much effort to push it.
So we load up a convoy of trucks and we just head on down the highway, and as you run, you just grab the bed, push for a little distance. Once you get tired, throw your hand up. Somebody comes and relieves you, and it's just a constant shift of on, off, on, off.
2 years ago, we pushed it from Saskatoon to Regina. It was cold, it was fun, but the energy was good on the bus, and everyone involved always is pushing everyone to go harder, so it makes for a great experience.
So we start out on that first Thursday, just outside the city limits of Saskatoon, and we push all through the day, sun up till sundown. We make it to Bladworth on that first day, and then come back to Saskatoon for that evening. We get out again early that next morning on that Friday and start at Bladworth, and we make it to Chamberlain for that evening. And then drive back out to Chamberlain the next morning for that Saturday morning, and we push all the way till the Regina sign, where we all celebrate, get so excited that we made it, stop at the sign, take a picture, and then head into Regina for some dinner, and then we present our check on the Telemiracle stage between like 9 and 10 p.m. that evening on the Saturday. So 3 full days of pushing the bed. It's exhausting, it's tiring, everyone's sore by the end, but everyone feels so good at the end of it.
I think the one thing that I would say that I remember the most is nobody ever got down. There was never a point at which somebody said, this is too hard, we're going to stop. The group never stopped. That never occurred to them. There was something happened, well, we just deal with that challenge and move on. And that was right from the first day of the formation up in the old Ag Lounge. We're sitting around saying we're going to do this. From then on, it was all about solutions and working together.
It's kind of one of those obstacles that we can give ourselves to try and overcome, and it really symbolizes Telemiracle and what Telemiracle is all about as well. Them helping all of the people across Saskatchewan overcome their obstacles. So if we can give ourselves a little bit of an obstacle to overcome, it can inspire and drive people to do the same.
The first year we had a flat tire, and just for the fun of it, we actually changed the tire without stopping. So 2 of us got out with wrenches, they kept pushing, we ran alongside, and of course it's slip it out of the forks, put a new one in, and keep going, which normal people would have stopped and done it, but we just figured, what the heck, let's see if we can do it.
Let's go, Agros!
I know my first experience, it was cold. We did not have nice weather that first go around in 2022. It was cold, it was windy, it was snowy. The ladies who were organizing it that year were on the fence about actually canceling it the one day, so it was certainly cold. That air, like, it just takes your breath away when we were running, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a good experience. I went the first day and the third day, so the third day we were able to actually kind of attend the check presentation and everything at Telemiracle, so I had a good impression the first go around, and I wanted to do it again.
Running down the side of the highway is definitely an interesting experience. It's definitely cold, so dressing for the weather but making sure that we're still showing our Agro pride. You'll probably see everyone still in their jackets, and yeah, it's cold, but it's still fun.
This is my 3rd Bedpush participating. I was a first year here, and that was my first Telemiracle I participated in, and it was my favorite event of the year. And I got involved a little bit more in the 2022 year by joining the committee and helping out that way. And then I got to I'm now in my 5th year, but I really wanted to get more involved, so I tasked myself with planning it, and I've had a lot of fun doing that.
It's neat because you're not just seeing your students. I know we were on the bus last year, 2 years ago now. The Premier was on the bus with us. The faculty members come on the bus, and there's alumni that are there every year. And they come down, tell us lives and stories from when they pushed and how much faster they pushed than us. It's just a lot of fun, kind of gets you excited to go push in the cold down the highways.
Also getting to meet new students that you haven't met previously, forming those relationships and hoping that maybe the younger ones can keep on the tradition is really important as well.
It's about being together. For some of us that came from rural Canada, rural Saskatchewan, going to the city was a big deal. So if you can get in amongst a bunch of your peers and feel comfortable and valued and supported, it's great. It makes the experience better.
It truly is just this really amazing spirit while you're out there. It's fun, it's lighthearted, everyone's joking, everyone's having a lot of fun. You're meeting all these past alumni or seeing some of them for the 3rd or 4th time, and you're just enjoying being there. And without that, I don't think that Bedpush would be as successful as it is.
For anybody who's looking to donate to us currently, we do have a website sponsored through the Telemiracle site. There's an Agros sublink through there. So any donation there is made in our name, but you're still receiving all the benefits from it. And then finally, if anybody's willing, we still take cash donations along the highway. You can email us or e-transfer, check. We're willing to take any option you can give.
I think all of the ag grads are proud of this. Doesn't matter whether it's something that happened before their time or whatever. I think they're all proud and glad you're continuing it. You know, you always try to give back, and part of being in Agro is not only being the most spirited group on campus and the most together, but also giving back.
When we're able to raise, just as a student group, 50, 80, hopefully 100,000 this year, it goes a long ways, and you can make a lot of impact on people that are in your community. It stays here, it's local. Being from Saskatchewan, I think everybody knows somebody who's benefited from Telemiracle, or you've watched Telemiracle. So for a lot of us growing up in rural communities, you see somebody who has had challenges, and like we have a neighbor who's benefited from it after an injury. So there's a connection to a lot of people in the province.
Really, the Kinsmen have done a wonderful job of keeping it going and keeping that money at home to people that maybe couldn't get the health care or get the care they need if there wasn't somebody else just stepping up and saying, hey, you're my neighbor, I'll help. I think it's really important that we stand up and say you're not alone. And it may not be all the money they need, but the fact that somebody walks through the door and says, I know you're struggling, here's something, I think that's invaluable. And I think that's really what it's worth. And I think as college students continuing to say, you're not alone, we can help, we'll do something that's a little bit fun, but we're still going to make sure that you get help. I think it's really important.
If you have program ideas you'd like to see on maxTV Local, let us know at SaskTel.com/local.